Let's start with adding a simple text title in here. So my project starts with this shot and I want to add the title right in here. It might work. So what I'm gonna do is just go into my tools and select the one that's called type tool. If I now with this tool click here inside the frame, inside the image, I'm able to write whatever I want and set it as title. You notice that two things have happened. The first one is that now the title is in here, but second one is that the title appears on the timeline as a clip. So it's something that you can treat like if it was a video. You can move it around and it's exactly the same as if it was a video. If I want to modify it, I need to go, and this is important, into what's called essential graphics. So we are talking about titles, about graphic design. This is not about text. So I'm gonna select now a font that it's not terrible. And I'm just gonna make it smaller. So this is my title, and I'm gonna change the color to something that I like. Okay, let's say that I like this. Now I can move this title around so it appears in here, or I can just select it here and move it any place I want to. Okay, in this case I'm gonna go to the start and make it the same length as this first shot, and I'm gonna add the title maybe here. Okay, if I see that I have problems with readability, that this is not as contrasty as I want to, there are many things that we can do. The most obvious one, you can change the color and pick a color that works better here, like probably white. There's still a lot of detail. It's kind of annoying. So I'm gonna use another technique. It's like I can add a shadow, just a soft shadow, not one that we should notice, but see how now the text pops up better? Just a soft shadow. Shadow helps a lot when we are working with titles like this. I'm gonna lower it a little bit. Just, I don't want anyone to notice that there is a shadow, just it's there. One thing that you will notice also is that you have all these options for text and you can center it any way you want to. But what's interesting about essential graphics is that, as you can see here in the top, if now I want to add the director's title, director name, I can just grab this, select this text, and again, just make it the same color, change the font to medium. I'm just gonna center it, that's fine. And you can start composing your whole project like this in here. Okay, I'm just gonna make this smaller. Where is? Nope, not this one. Okay, here.
It is still the same clip as the title.
What's interesting is that they are both on the same clip. If you want to, you can create a different one. Okay? But everything that we are creating is inside the same clip. You can turn on and off any of this, like individually if you want to try different versions. So you are creating like a small Illustrator or Photoshop file inside this clip. Okay? It's called essential graphics because this is not only for text. You can do stuff like this. For example, I can create a shape like this one and give it the same color. And I can now, for example, do something like this. Okay. I can duplicate it. I'm just gonna copy and paste, or right click and duplicate it. And now create this one on the top. And again, right click, duplicate, have another copy, and now I'm gonna modify this one. Okay. So I'm creating a National Geographic frame here. Okay, so now I created my title, and it can be just appear in here, or if I extended it, it can appear over the whole thing. I can also use transitions, so if I add a transition at the end, like a fade out, it will fade like this. Oh, silly transition from before. This is the transition that I wanted to show. So it might fade all together. So this is essential graphics. If you want to create different titles in different clips, what you have to do is to have nothing selected, and then once you click, it will create a new one. You can have separate ones, or you can place everything together. So that's titles. It would be good to add titles to every single project that you create here.